Welcome to Into the Unknown. I'm your host, Kraken. I've been a paranormal investigator for 14 years. When my dad passed away in 2010, I began experiencing some unusual things, which led me to become an active member in the paranormal community. In 2011, I helped found the National Paranormal Society and currently serve as a senior director overseeing two departments which cover investigation research, team resources, and photography. I have led 3 local paranormal teams and currently lead NPS of Texas. From 2011 to 2014, I was involved in the filming of NPS alone as the only female investigator on a team of 5. I have previously hosted 3 paranormal shows: Torching Hot Topics with Torch Paranormal, DNS Live with DNS Paranormal Crew, and NPS Focus, all hosted on the Para Encounters Network. The study of the paranormal is called parapsychology. During the show, we will cover ghost and hauntings, haunted locations, aliens and UAPs, also known as UFOs and ufology, cryptozoology, demonology, ancient mysteries, and the occult. Within these areas, we focus on photography, science, health and safety, technology, and investigation research, along with team resources. Since this is a featured show on the Meet Me app, I will not be able to acknowledge your comments in real time or thank you individually for your gifts. But I will take a moment at the end of the show to say thank you and to give some shout outs. If you have questions or comments for me, please stay after the show. Please also remember to keep the comments respectful in the chat and towards myself and my guests. Those who cannot contain themselves will be escorted out of the stream. Now, if y'all are ready, let's go into the unknown. Hey y'all, how's everybody doing tonight? Have we seen our guest come into the chat yet? Lugs, will you let me know? So you guys have officially crossed the threshold into the unknown, your featured show here on the Meet Me app, where we dig into the eerie, the ancient, and the unexplained. We go live here every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, and tonight we're heading back, way back, into the hidden corners of history, exploring ancient mysteries that have left even the smartest minds scratching their heads. Now, before we fire up the spirit tech and stir the shadows, a quick shout out to all the magical mamas, spirit-sensitive moms, and women who raised us to trust our intuition. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Tonight's a little spooky, a little sacred, and a whole lot curious, just like a mother's love. We're also cracking open a huge paranormal myth. Can your phone really be used as a ghost hunting tool? Spoiler alert, not everything in the App Store is as spooky as it seems. We're diving into why professional investigators stay cautious about tech and what you need to know before you download on that flashy Spirit app box. And of course, my guest tonight, Mr. Dar, is joining us live from his own haunted location where he's been experiencing some unusual activity. We'll be running a few pieces of my equipment remotely to see if the spirits have anything to say. So, grab your flashlight, your curiosity, and maybe a lucky talisman or two, because tonight the past isn't dead, it's just waiting for someone to listen. All right, so let's get into what's been haunting the headlines. The world may seem ordinary by daylight, but the paranormal never clocks out. From haunted real estate and cursed objects to UFO sightings and ghost hunts, here's what's been stirring in the shadows lately. First up, do you want to own a Victorian mansion with built-in ghosts? According to Axios, the famously haunted Lumber Baron Inn in Denver is officially on the market. For a cool $3.2 million, you get an original woodwork, rich history, and reportedly some very polite resident spirits. Built in 1890, this Victorian mansion has long been a hotspot for paranormal activity, with guests reporting whispers, phantom footsteps, and ghostly apparitions. Despite its eerie reputation, the current owner describes the spirits as friendly. The next owner will inherit not just a historic property, but also its spectral residents. Next, lock up your dolls and grab your holy water.
San Antonio Express News reports that the real-life Annabelle, the infamous Raggedy Ann that inspired the horror film franchise, is making an appearance at the San Antonio Psychic and Spirit Fest on May 17th. Held at the already haunted Victoria's Black Swan Inn, the event will feature mediums, psychics, demonologists, and more. Attendees can choose from various ticket packages, including options for those too frightened to see Annabelle up close. But if you've ever wanted to meet a cursed Raggedy Ann in person, now's your chance. Mark your calendars, because coming up, Warner Brothers just announced that The Conjuring Last Rites, the final installment of the franchise, is coming this fall. It's set to hit theaters September 5th and will explore the terrifying Smurl haunting. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga return as Ed and Lorraine Warren, with Judy Warren and Tony Spera making cameo appearances. Early buzz says it's the darkest entry yet. One last ride with the Warrens. Are you ready? Meanwhile, in California, the San Benito Paranormal Museum just opened a brand new exhibit dedicated to the mysterious and mischievous world of fairies. The Histories of Fairies explores global lore, historical artifacts, and modern sightings, plus an interactive portal experience where visitors walk through a recreated fairy ring. Expect whimsy, trickster spirits, and a few hair-raising tales from the other side. And if you're into haunted tech, check out the latest episode of What's Your Weird Story, where guest Angel recounts chilling encounters with shadow figures and a walkie-talkie that picked up ghostly voices on an unused frequency. Angel, raised in a devout household, shares stories that blur the line between spiritual warfare and classic haunting. Whatever it was, it definitely had something to say. Elsewhere, May 3rd was National Paranormal Day, and in Yuma, Arizona, they went all in. Their territorial prison hosted the Witching Hour, an immersive experience featuring cemetery tours, palm readings, a paranormal hologram exhibit, ghost tech, and a midnight showing of The Conjuring. It sold out faster than a spirit box at a flea market, with guests exploring the haunted grounds until 3 a.m. And finally, the Long Island paranormal investigators have been hard at work uncovering evidence at historic sites through Suffolk and Nassau counties. Using specialized equipment like EMF readers and ghost boxes, paired with good mythology, they're doing the work and keeping it real. Recent investigations at locations like the historic Nathaniel Rogers House in Bridgehampton have yielded intriguing results. Their commitment to debunking false positives? That's the kind of credibility the field needs. Visit the New York Post for more. All right. Time to test your ancient smarts. Grab a notebook or just scribble in the margins of your mind. Take screenshots if you'd like to, but let's get ready for tonight's trivia challenge. I'll give you all the answers at the end of the show if you survive long enough. All right. Tonight's trivia. Number 1. How many levels deep is the Derinkuyu underground city believed to go? What clever feature made it possible for ancient Derinkuyu residents to breathe underground? The submerged Yonaguni monument is located off the coast of which island nation? What is the most debated theory about the Yonaguni monument's origin? Approximately how many stones make up the Carnac alignments in France? True or false? Most smartphone ghost hunting apps are built to generate random outputs rather than actually detect paranormal phenomena. Why are cell phones discouraged during paranormal investigations? What kind of false readings can a cell phone cause when investigating? From where did Mr. Dar join tonight's paranormal investigation? And our last question, what is one thing you probably didn't know about Mr. Dar? Pay attention throughout the show for the answers. We'll come back to these questions later in the show. All right, so now it's time to open a brand new segment here on Into the Unknown. You've got questions and I've got haunted answers. This is the debut of Viewer Question Vault, where I take your paranormal questions straight from the inbox and dive into them live on the show. No fluff, no filters, just real talk from the field. I had a viewer send me a question this week asking if phone apps were good to use for ghost hunting. This is a solid question, and it's really important one for serious investigators or anyone looking to move beyond TikTok trend chasing and into real investigation. So here's why your phone might not be the best ghost hunting tool. False positives from sensors. First off, phones are packed with sensors that create false positives. Modern smartphones have gyroscopes, accelerometers, magnetometers, and GPS sensors that are constantly active. Many ghost hunting apps tap into these to simulate EMF detection or spirit communication, but they're really just pulling random environmental data or generating algorithmic outputs, not real anomalies. So you could think you're getting activity when it's actually just normal phone sensor noise. Entertainment over evidence. Apps are often designed for entertainment, not real investigation. Most Spirit Box apps, even the paid ones, are coded to generate random words, sounds, or responses to keep users engaged. They're usually not using true scanning of radio frequencies the way a real Spirit Box like an SB7 does. The goal is to make it feel like something is happening, even when it's not. No true radio scanning. Radio scanning on a phone is not truly possible. A real Spirit Box sweeps through AM/FM radio bands rapidly to create sound snippets spirits may manipulate. Smartphones don't have AM/FM radio scanning hardware built in. Most disabled it years ago. Spirit Box apps fake the scanning noise with pre-recorded clips, making it impossible to genuinely detect real-time manipulation. Phones can interfere with real paranormal equipment. When ghost hunting with legitimate tools like a REM pod, a K2 meter, or a digital voice recorder, having a cell phone nearby can cause false EMF spikes, audio interference, and erratic device behavior. Investigators often put phones on airplane mode during sessions to avoid contamination. There's unreliable battery drainage and tech malfunctions. Battery drainage and tech malfunctions can muddy evidence. While sudden battery drain is sometimes considered paranormal, phones naturally have fast battery fluctuations when using sensor-heavy apps. If you're relying on your phone, you can't clearly tell if the drain is environmental, software-related, or possibly paranormal, so evidence is less reliable. And last, there's lack of scientific control and credibility. If you're trying to take an investigation seriously, using professional or at least purpose-built tools makes your evidence more credible. Investigators and skeptics alike won't take app-based results seriously because there's no way to verify or replicate the conditions. Bottom line, phones are great for backup photos, quick notes, or emergency use, but not trustworthy for serious ghost hunting. Real tools like an SB7 Spirit Box, REM pod, or audio recorder are built for clearer, more credible data. Got a paranormal question of your own? I want to hear it. DM me on IG at Kraken_whips. Drop a comment underneath my latest post or tag me with your spooky curiosities. Your question might be featured on an upcoming episode of Into the Unknown, so don't be shy unless the ghosts are. If you're just finding us, you're live on Into the Unknown, and I'm Kraken. We are diving into ancient mysteries tonight with a very special twist. My guest, Mr. Dar, is streaming live from a haunted location as we run some of my own paranormal equipment remotely. Make sure you hit the fave on me, on Mr. Dar, and on each other in the comments. You never know when you'll need a few allies in the unknown. And hey, if you've got your own spooky stories or ancient mysteries to share, message me on Instagram if you'd like to be a future guest, or get a hold of Lugs in the comments. Stay close because the deeper we dig, the stranger it gets. Mr. Dar, if you would request the box, we'll prepare for our guest segment. You take a minute, introduce yourself, tell us when you stream, what events you have coming up, and I'd also like for you as part of the trivia to share the one thing that most people probably don't know about you. And then you guys, we're going to get into a mini live investigation tonight. Take it away.
So I'm like all sorts of anxious and shaking for some reason. So my name is Mr. Dar. I've been streaming for about close to 8 years. You can pretty much catch me live anytime. I usually take random days off. I'm going to be at Live Fest. So if you all are coming to Live Fest, you get to see me and everything. The one thing that you don't know about me, there's a lot. I am the oldest out of 9 siblings. The tree is pretty much split. So I do have about 5 siblings on my dad's side. Then I have I have 4 siblings on my dad's side and 5 siblings on my mom's side. So, yeah.
So a big family, you guys, a big family there. All right, so set us up for tonight and what we talked about. I'm gonna let you do the talking and get us all set up, and then after you've kind of done the intro, we'll take a look and see which equipment that I've pulled out to use, and then we're just gonna go straight into it. Now I'm getting a cold chill.
Yeah, so now you're getting cold. So I've been dealing with this for a few years now. So pretty much the first activity that happened was, so I have this cabinet that's near my bed. It hangs on the wall. I have this wide opening that I could put my stuff in. So I used to have Jolly Ranchers, and I would shove them, tuck in the corner, and everything like that. There was one night that I was asleep, and I hear like a bag falling over, and I woke up, and all of a sudden, when I open my eyes, I see my bag of Jolly Ranchers towards the end of my dresser. So I have a dresser more towards the other side, and somehow there's no force, and nobody can get in between whatnot. So something took a lot of force to knock those over and shoot them across.
Oh, wow.
A little bit. There was another incident that I was just sitting in my chair. I was FaceTiming someone, and I happened to look over. My bed's made and everything, and I look over and I see the corner of my blanket unfold itself a little bit. Like I saw it happen.
And you're like, what's going on?
There was another time that I was in my bed. I was fully asleep. I'm a side sleeper, so I'm like fully asleep, and my whole entire body went from this to this, and I dropped.
What?
Stay asleep.
You guys, we're gonna have to work with this crossover noise. I apologize for that tonight.
And this one, oh man, you're gonna get really spooked. So I used to stream. So I have another dresser. It's right next to me, and I used to stream, like, have my stand and everything. I'm in my chair right now, so I have my stream going, and I was talking to someone, and I see in the corner of my eye. I have no windows in my room.
Okay.
No window access. It's its own separate room. I literally see, and I'm going to pinpoint where it was. So I literally see light. So a light with a line and another light with a line, pretty much parallel from each other, pretty close.
Which, if you had a window, you might think it's from outside, but you don't have a window.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a window whatsoever. So, and it was like around 9 at night during my time. So it'd be like 10. So I haven't seen the corner of my eye, and I just see it happen. And I look up at my screen, it's like, and I told my viewers, it's like, hey, I'm seeing something. And I see 2 like bright lights right there, and I happened to turn to see it again, and they were gone.
Wow. I bet your stream freaked out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A couple people were freaking out and whatnot.
Did your viewers say that they saw anything, like, around you or anything that night?
Actually, no. There was one incident. This was during the day. I was home by myself. I was in the box with a couple people. I had my earbuds out. Couldn't hear any noise. No, I had my earbuds with me. And they couldn't hear anything from me. And all they hear was, and I hear one of my buddies go like, did I just hear someone take a deep breath? And I go, what?
You're like, I didn't hear anything.
I was upstairs. My phone was downstairs, and they heard
Oh,
somebody
wow.
like taking a deep breath, and I was the only one in my house. Granted, my door was open during that time too, so I was the only one during that time.
Still, that would have been creepy. So I'm going to tell you right now, it
scared me.
So here's something for you guys going on right now. So when I do my show, I always shut my door to keep my cat from coming in here. And my son's always sleeping when I'm doing my show. So I try to like keep it down. I literally started the show and thought I heard my cat in here. My cat's not in here. There's something in here moving around, rubbing up against stuff. So I don't know what's going on here, if it has anything to do with what you've got going on. I keep looking to see if my cat is in here, but I literally don't see him anywhere.
I'm sorry, hold on. That's like the second crack from the door. Because
welcome to
when I was
Into the
laying in my
Unknown
box,
tonight,
I
you
heard my
guys.
door just go.
We're about to get real up in here. Okay, I want you to tell everybody who you think it is that's visiting you. Am I echoing?
Honestly, it might be me. Because my earbuds.
Yeah, it might be.
No, it's not me. Huh.
No,
Weird.
it's just on my side. So I swear to God, there's something in here. And I don't know. It is definitely not my cat. It's definitely not my cat. It's, you know how when your pets come in and they like rub up against stuff and they make like that brushing noise? That's what I keep hearing. But there's nothing. Nothing. The door is, that's why I got up. Like the door is completely shut. So we're going to have a lot of weird stuff going on. So I'm going to warn you guys right now. We are going to have crossover in the stream. So we have to take that into account too. And it seems like we're delayed.
I was telling my people, yeah. So I was telling my people about this because the reason why I was freaking out and shaking is because I have 3 types of protectors too. I have like this motherly figure that she would sometimes rub like the top of my head and like a swirl. And I remember my grandma when I was young that would do that. And you mentioned something about a cat. So when one of my cats passed away, I think their spirit still stayed the same because I know there's like a mass, like a black mass that kind of roams around a little bit. That's like floor level. It kind of hides underneath my bookshelf. Then of course my guardian angel.
Isn't that crazy?
So it's probably one of my cats.
That's hilarious. Like, you never know what is going to go on when we do these things. My brother, like I told you guys 2 weeks ago, my brother recently started coming to visit me. So I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm kind of scared to turn on the music box because I have a feeling my brother won't shut up with it. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll see what happens with the spirit box. We'll see what happens with the Paraforce, with the script. So we'll see what happens with all that tonight. But I want you guys to know, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm using the same OBS screen setup that I always use. And you notice it even looks different tonight. So we've got a lot of weird techie stuff already going on tonight. You guys are witnessing all of this live as it's happening. Was not pre-planned. Dar and I didn't talk about anything except for, hey, let's do a live investigation. So we haven't even had a conversation about this. So let's just enjoy what's going to happen. I've opened up the show for us to have plenty of time to do it. We've got another 15 minutes, you guys, and we haven't started equipment and stuff's already happening. Stuff's already happening. So I'm going to turn on my spirit box. We tested it before the show. I don't think it's going to be too loud. I don't have the speaker on it. It's just the regular one. Let's turn it on. Let's see what happens. Salt and sage. No, I will never use sage. You guys, never use sage. And we can talk about that later, but sage just stinks and it pisses off spirits. So you always want to use dragon's blood and frankincense mixed together. It's a much better combination. The frankincense enhances the dragon's blood for that. So let's turn on the spirit box. You tell me what you feel and have happening over there. Everybody in the comments, welcome to the investigation. Let me know if you hear anything out of the spirit box. We talked about the SB7 just a few minutes ago. So this is actually made for ghost hunting. This is not like your ghost hunting app on your phone. So that's why I wanted to make sure we address that tonight during the show. And that seems louder than it was before the show. Is that too loud, you guys? Okay. And then let's get this baby going. So you had told me before you thought this was your aunt coming to visit you.
I think it would go, the swirling of my hair is my grandma. The female figure that every time I talk about her, I have no idea who she is.
So we want to try to figure out if we can get that person to come through and talk to us. You were feeling a cold chill before we started the show. I started feeling one. I'm kind of hearing a female voice trying to come through. And then I've got the poltergeist running as well. And I don't
I'm literally
know.
cold right here, been cold right here. And I have a hoodie and everything, and I have my face here going.
You heard help? I'm starting to feel like a cold chill over here. I'm trying to figure out how to show you guys the poltergeist. Something just different. I think y'all can probably see it this way.
It's Peter.
So I don't trust the script, the poltergeist, unless I hear it with my SB7 too. Because this thing can just randomly pick up anything. So if there is someone around Mr. Dar, let us know by either giving us a word on the poltergeist or something on the spirit box. Say hello to us. There was a deep voice. Oh, I like how it even said Paraforce. It's reminding me it's Paraforce, because you guys know I always get that name messed up. So who is with us tonight? Can we get something on the spirit box? I kept hearing a female voice, and now it's gotten really quiet. That's twice we've gotten that deep voice. Paraforce is the brand of my Parascript. You can actually, it's Paraforce, and I kept calling it Para-Ace. So now it's reminding me what its name is. Is there someone here with us that can say either my name or Mr. Dar's name, or tell us your name? I'm looking for a female. Does Rebecca? Looks like his room got darker.
Okay, my red just got cold.
Are you hearing anything? There's a dark shadow behind him. There's a shadow from his ring light. I do see that.
No, but I'm feeling.
So, Alex, the device in my hand is called a Paraforce Parascript. It's a newer version, competitor, I guess, of the Oculus. And then we're also running my SB7 in the background. It's funny, the SB7's gotten quieter now.
Yeah, it does.
Is there
Are
anyone
you
here
not
with
saying
us?
anything because I'm not talking about you?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is part of Paranormal Tools, Alex.
It keeps messing with my right ear. It just felt like they just shoved a finger in my ear.
Oh, wow. Can you come through on the spirit box? Indirect voice, that's
Like they're
interesting.
messing with me.
It's so weird how the spirit box has gotten so quiet. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate that is in Mr. Dar's house? This is crazy. Y'all heard how crazy the spirit box was going, and now there's nothing.
It was going off and everything.
Chris?
Why?
There's Candy Candy, it saw you.
Oh, because I was talking about the Jolly Ranchers earlier.
Uh-huh. And we've got Candy in the chat was asking it a question as well. All right, so let's ask, Dar, why don't you ask some questions? Let's see if we get any response now that it's gotten quieter. Yeah. So let's start talking about the spirits more, because you said it likes to be active when we're talking about it. So let's go back and talk about, now I'm getting voices. Let's talk about some of your other experiences and see if we get anything.
Okay. So this is getting weird because I keep feeling like there's a finger in my ear that's just like moving around, like there's messing with me now. Man, I'm so focused on she right now. Were you the one that tossed the candy earlier, like way back, trying to get my attention?
Voices.
No.
Are you messing with
Am I the
Mr.
one
Dar?
that I feel protective?
Here come the voices again.
All right.
Who is here with us that is
Do you
in
feel
Mr.
safe
Dar's
when
house?
What?
Are y'all hearing the voices come back? I haven't heard the female voice yet.
Do I remind you of someone? Do I remind you like a grandson, maybe? Oh, I heard something.
Not the demon. So it's wild. We're still getting male voices, but no
And
female.
demon himself.
Yeah, the voices they're being quiet on the radio right now.
Do you know who was the one that made the cracking noise on my door?
Can you talk to us through the spirit box?
Let me try to bring up another story. You see if I can.
See if it'll come through.
Yeah, let me
interrupt.
interrupt. Am I interrupting you? Is that what the problem is? You want to talk?
Go ahead and talk to us. I heard something.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say, don't be shy.
There was a
I
male
don't know if
voice.
they'll pick up my name. If I say, can you say my name?
Tell us his name. Yeah, there's a castle in the
What's my name?
background. Afterlife. Okay. Can you tell us your name?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say Dar? Something keeps trying to come through. Can you say Dar? So I think this thing's just going off. Can you say hello?
Yeah. Can you say my name?
There was a female's voice.
Ooh.
Can you say hello? Tell us hello.
Maybe if I tell another story, I might pick up what I said. Because this one will definitely spook you. So, a few years ago, I was driving, and I'm at this four-way, not four-way stop, so I'm at this two-way stop, and I was about to head home, so I go past this two-way stop, and once I went past, it felt like
I just got hello.
reversed
Did you guys
something.
hear that? There was a male voice that said hello.
So I was like, oh, that was good. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't crazy, that I just, relived or re-saw what I saw. So I went back, I turned around, and it pretty much happened again. So I pretty much relived or saw a accident that happened. So there was a really bad, car versus bike accident, but the person died right at that corner.
Oh, wow.
And once I went, straight through it, I pretty much, witnessed what actually happened. And it was, it was cool, but it was also kind of scary in a way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because this happened, 20 years ago. Yo.
We're getting a little bit of crossover. You heard it that time?
Can you tell me what I have on my head?
Can you come through the spirit box and say hello again? Yeah, there's always a lot of cross audio. There was hi. Did you hear it? Can you say Dar's name?
Hi.
Yeah, there was a hi. We'll have all this recorded so you guys can hear it. Can you say Dar? Yeah, it was real loud.
A high pitch,
It was high.
Yeah, that was a female too.
Mm-hmm. There was something else. We've got a lot more coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal. You got it. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. So I could just try to swirl the back of my neck. It was like a light touch too.
Oh, wow. There's New York again. It said New York twice now. All right, we got like 1 minute left. I'm going to turn this off so that we hear just the spirit box for a minute. Can I get you to say hello, hi again, or dar? Can you say hello, hi, or dar? There was something. There was a hey. Can you say, what can we ask it to say? Can you say my name? Can you say my name? It's crazy because when I had it at Waverly, it actually said my real name across the box, which was nuts.
Yeah.
Now it's quiet again.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's like a figure in my ear that like
Now it's gone.
Was earlier.
So you guys, this thing is just scanning away. I don't know if you can see it because of the camera. But it's just scanning away. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And this is funny. You guys watched me before the show put fresh batteries in this thing. I don't know if you can see the battery indicator.
Battery's almost dead. How
Battery's
strong
almost
was this thing?
So, yeah. I'm going to turn this off so it's not as loud anymore. But yeah, y'all watched me pre-show put brand new batteries in here. And it almost sucked it down. So it did use a little bit of that battery energy to come through. So what's going to be fun is, I don't know if I'll have time to do it tomorrow, but I might be able to tomorrow night. I'm getting ready to go on vacation and get packed up, but I'm going to try to get the recording of the show up on my YouTube. And what I want you guys to do, since there's no show next week, is go through and listen to it. And let's see if we find anything that we didn't immediately hear during the show. And we can talk about it when I get back from vacation. Yep.
I want to know why my room... People said that my room got dark behind me, then it was gone. So I'm curious how that went.
So did you guys
Like,
notice anything else?
Dark's room getting dark? I'm like...
Yeah, I noticed they were saying at one point your room got
Yeah,
dark.
like 2 people said like my room was getting dark.
So did anybody else notice anything else other than the room getting dark? I know we heard a couple of voices on the spirit box. I'd like to do it again like during the week with you when I'm not featured and we don't have the crossover.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
Not on his side. Did y'all notice anything on my side? It's kind of hard to with my background being like it is. Was it draining the ring light? Did you notice that your ring light got any dimmer?
Mm-mm. It kind of felt like it was just right there. Yeah, my ring light's been on.
Yeah, you can see it on his face. You can
Like I
see
never
he's lit up.
noticed.
Mikey, are you still doing what you were supposed to do?
But they said it's like, they just said it's like, yeah, the room just got dark for a little while.
Well, and it doesn't look like your ring light is as bright as it was in the beginning. Your lights flashed. So Juliet had lights flash. Anybody else have anything happen while we were doing that? You saw that it got dark there.
Dude, I am like, holy crap.
What's going on?
Man, it's like, I'm like shaking after. I started having a little bit of headache. I knew that like something that's like stuck their finger in the ear and just like kind of trying to mess with me. So I don't know if it was like being playful, so I can try to pay attention to it, because you can tell I was going like this a couple times.
Yeah, it was trying to distract you. It wasn't.
And it still felt like, there was a finger in my ear.
That's hilarious. That's the kind of stuff your grandma used to do, like poke you in the ear and stuff. Rocker said his flashlight turned off and on beside him. Anybody else have anything else happen? This is one of the things that I've started learning about live streaming and doing investigations, is the spirits can come through the technology, right? And we all start feeling and having something. What did you say, Juliet? Something about your light was dimming?
When he was asking about the lights flashing.
So we had lights. We had a couple people with lights. We noticed Dar's room got a little darker. Mikey said he heard a scratch on his wall in his house. Juliet's lights flashed. We heard stuff here. You and I both got cold chills.
How strong is this thing?
And they're not off. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
How strong is this thing? It's not malicious or anything.
It just wants to be, it wants attention. It wants to be known.
And I know that it's like every time we talk about her, she like comes in.
That's crazy. All right. I wasn't going to stay and do an after show, but if you guys want to, we can do about 30 minutes of an after show so we can get through the rest of this show. If you guys want to.
You got to experience yourself too. Holy crap. Gee.
All right. I see one vote. One vote for after show. 2 votes for. I'm only going to stay on 30 minutes though, you guys. Like I got to get ready for vacation. Fine. Dar, do you have time to stay on 30 minutes after the show?
Yeah, I can take a quick shower real quick, then I'll come back.
All right. Why don't you pop out of the box? I'm going to wrap up the show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go into the closing video. We're going to run a little over on the show, and I'm okay with that. After the video, we'll come back in. We'll get Dar in the box. We'll crank up the equipment for a little bit more. And then we'll see if my OBS is still doing this funky thing. So go ahead and pop out of the box. We will go into after show. Right. We will definitely go into after show. All right. See, you guys, you never know what's going to happen. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome to Into the Unknown. I'm your host, Kraken. We are diving into ancient mysteries tonight. We just ran a live investigation with my guest, Mr. Dar. We will take it into the after show for 30 minutes. And we probably cracked open a few secrets best left buried. But stay curious, because I keep telling you guys it's only going to get weirder here. So let's go into tonight's topic. Give me a minute here. And my screen is still acting up. I don't know what's going on here. Let me try something. I've never had to do this. That doesn't change it. Y'all notice my screen. Hang on, I want to see something. Even my main camera is messed up. Yeah, that is so what y'all are seeing in the purple is my template for how I build my OBS. Let me just try something real quick. Hang on. The show has been wild tonight. Wild. Yeah, they always do. If I go into landscape mode, Now this is weird. Now it's back normal, and normally I use the reverse for all of this. So, welcome to Into the Unknown. All right, let's get into tonight's paranormal area of the week, which is ancient mysteries, the unexplained relics of lost worlds, forgotten civilizations, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. We're going to places where the maps fade, the stones whisper, and history shrugs its shoulders. I've got 3 interesting items for you tonight. So let's start underground. First up tonight is the Derinkuyu underground city located in Turkey. Beneath the dusty plains of Turkey, hidden under thousands of years of silence, lies Derinkuyu, an entire underground city carved deep into the earth. Tunnels, ventilation shafts, schools, wineries, stables, everything a population of up to 20,000 people would need to survive. Underground. Built with modern tools, no one knows exactly who first carved it or why. Some say it was to escape invaders, others whisper about ancient cataclysms or something even darker. The deeper you go into Derinkuyu, the stranger it feels. Small corridors, heavy air, stone doors built to roll shut and trap something or someone out. It's not just an engineering marvel, it feels like a survival bunker built for a threat we've forgotten or were made to forget. Next, let's take a look beneath the waves and take a look at the Yonaguni Monument in Japan. This is it here at the bottom. Off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, lies a massive underwater structure. Terraces, staircases, platforms that look suspiciously like the remains of a lost city. But here's the catch. It's 80 feet underwater, and it's been there for thousands of years. Was it once above sea level? Did an ancient civilization build it and lose it to the ocean? Or is it just an incredible quirk of geology? Divers have reported strange feelings of unease while swimming near the monument. Others claim the carvings, the faces, the arches, the steps are too deliberate to be natural. If it's man-made, Yonaguni could rewrite history as we know it, proof that advanced civilizations existed long before we think they did, and were swallowed whole by the rising seas. Lost to time, lost to memory, maybe not lost to us if we dare to look deeper. Finally, let's move to the windswept fields of Brittany, France to examine the Carnac Stones, where over 3,000 ancient stones stand in eerie, perfect rows. The Carnac Stones are older than Stonehenge. Some are huge, some are delicate, all stand as if placed there by hands who understood something we've lost. Were they burial markers, a prehistoric calendar, or, according to some researchers, an ancient earthquake prediction system? Legend says a Roman legion was turned to stone by a powerful druid curse. Science says we still don't know. Thousands of years later, the stones still whisper their mystery across the fields, waiting for someone to listen. We have 3 places, 3 mysteries, 3 warnings from the past that refuse to be forgotten. Maybe ancient civilizations knew something we don't. Maybe the earth itself holds memories we've buried too deep to dig up without consequences. Either way, the stones are still standing, the tunnels are still waiting, and the ocean, it's still hiding secrets in the dark. Stay curious, stay cautious, and never stop asking what's been left behind and why. All right, let's get to our trivia question answers. Let's see who's been paying attention and who's about to get a remedial course in Ancient Mysteries 101. All right, how many levels deep is the Derinkuyu underground city believed to go? The answer is 8 levels. Trivia question number 2. What clever feature made it possible for ancient Derinkuyu residents to breathe underground? The answer is vertical ventilation shafts. Number 3. The submerged Yonaguni monument is located off the coast of which island nation? That would be Japan. Number 4. What is the most debated theory about the Yonaguni monument's origin? The answer, it's naturally occurring rock formation. Number 5. Approximately how many stones make up the Carnac alignments in France? The answer is 3,000. Number 6. True or false? Smartphone ghost hunting apps are built to generate random outputs rather than actually detect paranormal phenomena. The answer is true. Number 7. Why are cell phones discouraged during paranormal investigations? The answer? They disrupt sensitive equipment like EMF detectors and spirit boxes. Number 8, what kind of false readings can a cell phone cause when investigating? The answer, false EMF spikes and radio interference. Number 9, from where did Mr. Dar join tonight's paranormal investigation? That would be his room at home for a live remote session. And number 10, what's the one thing you probably didn't know about Mr. Dar? He is actually the oldest of 9 kids. So did you guys get the answers right? All right, that wraps up tonight's journey through stone and sea and shadow, Derinkuyu's buried secrets, Yonaguni's submerged enigma, and the haunting alignment of the Carnac Stones. These ancient mysteries may be thousands of years old, but they still spark questions that feel uncomfortably close to home. A huge thank you to Mr. Dar, our fearless guest investigator tonight, who joined us live from his own haunted location and bringing that remote energy, tech, and intuition straight into our screams. He brought the vibes, and something out there was definitely listening. We're going into the after show for an extension of that. So, before you go chasing your own local legends, remember this. Your cell phone might be great for selfies, but it's a total paranormal buzzkill in the field. Interference, false EMF spikes, and enough noise to make a ghost roll its eyes and disappear. Trust your gear, not your app store. And of course, a heartfelt happy Mother's Day to all the magical mamas, intuitive caretakers, and maternal figures who taught us to trust our gut, believe in the unseen, and always keep a flashlight by the bed. You're the real ones keeping the veil a little thinner. Massive love to my bouncers tonight, my gifted crew, and tonight's 3 top gifters. They are coming in number 3, that one guy, number 2, Bella Vita, and number 1 is Mikey. You guys, thank you for the gifts. Thanks for being here. You guys help keep this show glowing and growing, and I really appreciate it. So coming into the comments at the right time, I want to give a quick shout out before we part. I want you guys to check out She just popped into the comments. Please hit her with a like. She and the Shapeshifters every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern are going to be starting a brand new show called Creative PC Streaming. Live in She's stream and powered by OBS. All of us OBS people are sticking together now. So if you're into digital builds, behind the scenes creativity, or just want to vibe with a brilliant crew, this is your sign. Please join them with any questions you may have or any needs you may have. They are going to be available to you to answer questions. You guys will probably catch me in there working on my show as well. So follow me on YouTube at Krakens_voice for previous show recordings. For tonight's show recording, remember your assignment next weekend while I'm on vacation is to listen to tonight's show, and let's come back and see what we heard on the Spirit Box, okay? I also will have a new podcast series that's launching this summer on my YouTube channel. So again, I'm off on vacation this coming weekend. No show next Sunday, but I'll see you back here Sunday, May 25th, when we return to explore the occult. And I will be joined by my guest, Vampy, who's also in the comments tonight, for a full night of symbols, secrets, and shadow work. So that's it for now. Thanks for venturing into the unknown with me tonight. Stay through the show close because we're going into the after show afterwards. So keep your senses sharp, your flashlight close, and your curiosity wide open. Sleep tight, dream strange, and remember, when the shadows whisper, Kraken's already listening.
Thank you for daring to come into the unknown with me tonight. I really appreciate your gifts, but what means the most to me is your being here and showing your support. If you would like to be on the show, send me a message on IG. The link is in my bio. Please stay for the after show segment as I spend the next 30 minutes continuing to talk about what we covered in the show and answering any questions you may have regarding the paranormal field. I hope to see you all again next Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern, where we will go back into the unknown. Have a great night and enjoy your week.